The Fairfield Biketoria corridor starts at the intersection of Government and Belleville Street. The first section of the corridor has a variety of tourist destinations such as Miniature World, Victoria Conference Centre, the Bug Zoo, Vic Theatre, the Spaghetti Factory, Cycle BC Rentals, Chateau Victoria, and many others. As you can see, this road is relatively quiet with very little car traffic. This would make it an ideal route for bicycle tour groups. Crossing this major 4-lane intersection of Douglas Street can feel daunting and dangerous for new and confident cyclists. By creating an advanced light signal for bicyclists, a painted green waiting lane for bicycles at the light and painted lane for bicycles crossing into the intersection, the cycling experience at this crossing would be improved. Moving out of downtown, the topography becomes inclined. This needs to be accounted for when creating safe, all ages and abilities bicycle lanes that are wide enough and make cyclists feel more safe traveling uphill. This segment of Fairfield between Pennell Street and Blanchard receives high bus traffic, which will be essential to account for along this corridor when building safe, accommodating bike lanes. This segment receives high bus traffic because of the high-capacity hotels and apartments along this corridor. This section is also the bus loop for buses traveling from the Swartzway Ferry and airport. Notice on the left of the vehicle lane there is a painted bicycle signal on the pavement to monitor cyclists wanting to turn left at the intersection. While the paint on the pavement signifies where bicycles wanting to turn should be located, it does not provide a safe, inviting space for cyclists to wait to turn. This is especially important in the intersection as cyclists will have to cycle uphill when turning left here. There is quite a lot of visitor car parking outside the apartment buildings here, which could be difficult for making a protected bicycle lane. Notice the bicycle route indicator in the middle of the vehicle lane here. This could be improved to not only let cyclists know that this is an official cycling route, but to also encourage cycling along this corridor. Paint and bicycle lights could all improve wayfinding. Another thing to note along this segment of the corridor are its excellent amenities for cyclists. Any development along this corridor will likely increase its capacity and usage. Therefore, bicycle lanes will need to be wide enough to accommodate for all types of cyclists. There are also a number of old apartment buildings along this segment which would invite more residents along this corridor to see the accessibility of cycling and encourage them to cycle more. Note that cars are forced to move into the oncoming traffic to pass by the cyclists because the road is too narrow with all the parked cars along either side of the road. This is the beginning of a slow-speed 30 km an hour school zone. Cars traveling along this segment of the corridor will be traveling slower, making it more enjoyable and safe for new cyclists cycling along this part of the corridor. Small shops and cafes along this strip also make it an excellent destination for visitors and locals wanting to meet up with friends and family nearby. Notice on the right the Fairfield Bicycle Shop, another great amenity on this corridor. From the Moss Street intersection moving up Fairfield, there is a hill to tackle. This will require more space for cyclists to maneuver and gain power up the hill. From Moss Street to the end of this corridor is my personal favorite section, with all the cherry blossoms in the springtime. The next segment of the Fairfield corridor is a long, smooth, gradual downhill, another great feature for new cyclists traveling to school or just out exploring the Fairfield area. Notice in the oncoming traffic lane beside the houses that the vehicle parking is pulled off of the main traffic lane. This is a great opportunity to make an enjoyable and safe cycling lane traveling into downtown along Fairfield, as it would not conflict with car parking along the houses. There are also a number of old apartment buildings along this segment which would invite more residents along this corridor to see the accessibility of cycling and encourage them to cycle more. This urban center offers great opportunities for residents in the area to use the bicycle lane for their shopping commutes. The park on the left is also a great place for families and all ages living in the area wanting to enjoy public spaces by bicycle. As we approach Richmond, the Fairfield Biketoria corridor comes to an end, but the street continues on into the municipality of Oak Bay. An extension of the cycling corridor would involve working together with the City of Oak Bay.